Well, hello and welcome to the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series live at Darlington Speedway. That's right, we have the Cup cars at Darlington. Think some of these guys might earn a stripe tonight. We'll have to hang out and see. Watching the 17 right here coming off of pit road. The drivers still have about 4.5 minutes of practice left before we go green flag racing here at Darlington. And I believe we've got 114 laps of racing on tap for you here tonight. We want to thank you for tuning in to the stream, and to those of you who tune in week in and out to support these drivers over here at Swift Motorsports and the Hyperdrive Cup Series. They always put on a great show. Not a lot of cautions in this series either. Great group of guys, put on great racing. And make it easy and a pleasure to come in and do the broadcast here. So want to thank all the drivers and members, the admins, the owners over here at Swift Motorsports for having me here week in and week out on the Cup Series. And we're getting close, though. We're getting closer to the end of the regular season. We're at Darlington this week, and we've got one more regular season race. That's going to be Kentucky next week. And then we're going to start the 5-race chase. So that's coming in just a few weeks here. And that chase will take the top 12 in points, in the driver's points. And I believe I got a link to the website right on our YouTube stream. So if you want to go over, anybody's welcome to go to the series, check the standings or the results. But right now, I think that 12th position is going to go to Keith Vaughn. And not by a whole lot of points either. So in a couple of races, these positions can change hands. But Michael Mueller having a fabulous season so far. Mueller has 6 wins already this season. He is the points leader. He's followed by a teammate, Andrew Mraz. Mraz sitting pretty solid in the second position. You got John Wimbish back in the third position in points. Mike Franklin, another driver, having a very consistent, very stellar season so far. Mike Franklin sitting in the 4th spot in points. 5th is going to be Cody Sleeper. Cody is another one who's had a lot of consistency in these races, and it's showing up in the points here. Then you got Tommy Haynes sitting back in 6th. Justin Gann in 7th. Gann has a win this season at Chicagoland. You have in 8th, we got Jason Wells. Wells is another one who's been, with Wells, I think it's been over the last 4 or 5 races, he's really been coming on pretty strong. So then back in 9th is that 3-car Roy Fernandez. So Roy sitting 9th in points. Jonathan Cogswell in 10th in the points. Blair Patterson 11th, and like I said, that final 12th spot right now is going to be Keith Vaughn. Cody Mcfadden is back in 13th, to give you an example, and he's only about 7 points out of that 12th place position, which basically 7 points would be 7 positions on the track. Then right behind him, you got Andre Ruiz. He's a point behind Cody Mcfadden, but we know how fast Andre Ruiz is in the 0-9. So if he can get some luck to go his way, I think that 0-9 car is a car that's capable of knocking off a win or two. Michael Mccauley, how you doing, buddy? Was awesome having you in the booth last night. Hated to see your fast repair didn't work for you, but really cool to get you up in the booth to hang out with me last night. This is the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series. And I think practice is getting over here, and we're going to get ready to go into qualifying. So we're about 2 seconds away from that. And once we qualify, there'll be a quick drivers meeting, and then we'll get ready to go green flag racing. So we covered the points. Nothing's going on, nation. Thought you were coming over here, but I look, and there's no nation. There's Vern, but no nation. Hopefully the mic's not humming too bad now. Worked on that a little bit. I know that's been an issue. I've heard it in our streams and wanted to work with it and try to correct that issue before I put the broadcast up tonight. And we are in qualifying. We're going to take a look at the 17-car Tommy Haynes if we can. He's sitting at the end of pit road, so we'll flip back to Andrew Mraz. He's also rolling out here. Gary Wells is on track in the 24 car, so let's take a look at Gary Wells here and see how he does. Wells taking the green flag in the 24 here in qualifying. 4 minutes left, so 5 minutes on the clock when they started. Man, you're not lying, Michael. And I'm telling you, my chest is hurting from laughing, literally. At the end of that broadcast last night, it got crazy, and I thank you and Bender for coming in, Nation for being a trooper last night. So Gary Wells putting it right up by that outside wall, and in qualifying, you don't want to get that right side into that wall. You get a contact, and it'll disallow your time. So you want to make sure you keep that right side clean. Don't get it up in the wall. And Wells is going to lay a lap down. It's going to be second fastest so far. Now he's back to third, but man on top of the boards, this 28 car right here, Andrew Mraz, as we're watching him go around. Andrew's first lap was at a 27.186. So a 27.186 for Andrew Mraz. Second fast is Roy Fernandez. I believe he laid down a 27.196. So really close lap time right there between the two. But Mraz got his second lap faster. He went down to a 27.113. So Mraz is going to pick up a little distance between him and second in qualifying. We got Justin Gann on the racetrack right now in the 30 car. Darlington's a tricky track. It's really easy, just like in real life. They talk about the Darlington stripe, and this, you run the car up so high in the middle of the corners, it's very, very easy to make contact. Watching the 30 right there. Maybe getting into the break just a little bit on the entry of 3. Right to the start-finish line, and that's going to land him P2 on the board on his first lap. So the 30 is going to run a lap of 27.196. Going down the back straightaway here. I can't really tell if he's tracking better or not. But we will find out at the line. Oh, he gets loose right there out of 4, and he's going to lose it right into the inside wall hard. So that'll do it for his second lap, but he still went on the board P2 so far. There's still more cars to go, including this driver right here, the 51, and he's in the wall. So I seen the sparks flying with the 51. That's not a half bad idea there, Michael Mccauley. So the 51 may have to take a couple of laps. I know that lap we've seen him get in the wall there, that'll be disallowed, but he gets him a clean one in and a clean lap down, and we'll see where he winds up on the board. But look for the 51 to be fast, even if he don't put it P1 in qualifying. P4. So 4th place right now in qualifying with 26 seconds left. 5th place is a driver of the 32 car right here, Darren Clement. Clement went a 29.786. And we got 13 seconds of qualifying left, so we'll see. Yeah, he's being shown as only car out on the racetrack right now as qualifying comes to an end. And now qualifying's complete. They'll do a quick driver's meeting. We're going to start lining up here, and we're going to get ready for 114 laps of racing action. 114. Exact same car number I use when I race on Tuesday night. Oh, I knew the number sounded familiar. So we'll wait for the drivers to start gridding up here behind the pace car, and we'll get on the field, but let me change the cameras around just a bit. There we go. What a nice paint job that is on that 33 car. So I was going to do something else. Oh, I'm going to do the starting grid. So starting on the pole at Darlington in the Hyperdrive Cup Series, we watched this qualifying lap. That's the 28 of Andrew Mraz. Outside of him in second, another driver we got to watch in qualifying is the 30 of Justin Gann. Starting third here tonight, you'll see the 3 of Roy Fernandez, and his outside in fourth is going to be the 51 of Michael Mueller. Starting fifth here is going to be the 32 of Darren Clement, and his outside in sixth will be the 25 of Willie Nelson. Starting seventh, we got Brandon Freese in the 21, and his outside in eighth is going to be the 01 of Cody Sleeper. Starting ninth here at Darlington, we'll have the 97 of Nathan Moore, and his outside in 10th is going to be the 24 of Gary Wells. Starting 11th will be Cody Lipstrewer in the 96, and his outside in 12th is going to be that 56 of John Wimbish. Starting 13th, 64 Jason Wells. To his outside in 14th is going to be the 82 of Mike Franklin. Starting 15th, Keith Vaughn, the cutoff driver in the points in the 23, and his outside in 16th is going to be the 10 of Gary May. Starting 17th, Tommy Haynes in the 17, and his outside in 18th is going to be the 99 of Jarrett Lipstrewer. 19th is going to be this car right here, that good-looking paint job, 33 of Terry Kahn. And his outside in 20th, it'll be the 09 of Andre Ruiz. Watch out for that 09 car. Oh, we'll see if the stream buffers. Everything looks good here. We'll keep going with the... Well, back it up one. I got to re-pull all that back up. I crashed it. So 21st is going to be the 13 of Cody Mcfadden, and 22nd you'll see the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. Starting 23rd is going to be Blair Patterson in the 91, and his outside in 24th. It'll show Andy Starcher. Andy's actually an admin, but Doug Neal will line up in the 77 and 25th. Casey Duncan in the 18 will be starting 26th. The 27th, we'll see the 88 of Steve Lull, and in 28th it's showing Don Kidder. Don is an admin. And that's going to do it for our starting grid here. And we're going to go to the front of the field on that 28 car, the pole sitter, Andrew Mraz. Fast car last week for the 28. Not quite the ending he wanted. Going to see if he can change that around here at Darlington. Definitely a fast lap for Andrew in qualifying. Very consistent driver this season over here. Very fast. Right behind his teammate in points in that second position in the Hyperdrive Cup Series. And we might have had a little hiccup in the broadcast. Looks like the stream, but everything looks okay now. So no harm, no foul, no problems. I think we're going to be good to go tonight. And if I didn't mention it and you don't already know, I'm your main commentator tonight, Vern Bradley. I'm in the WFO broadcasting booth every Thursday night for the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift Motorsports. It's my pleasure to be here. I thank everybody at Swift Motorsports, Justin Gann, Don Kidder, Andy Starcher. The name can go on and on. Gary Wells, Roy Fernandez. Any of the admins over here. I appreciate you guys putting up with me, and I've had a lot of fun so far this season, and I plan on having fun for the rest of it. So that front row, you see the 28 and the 30. That's Mraz and Justin Gann. Then the 3-car, Roy Fernandez, the 51. 6 wins so far this season for that 51. Michael Mueller is having a dominating season as the field's going to take off behind the pace car here. It's like we got the sun maybe going to set off in the distance. We might finish this one under the lights here tonight. Pretty good field of cars. Darlington's a track where the racing gets tight. Really easy to get you a stripe on the wall out there. And certainly a track that you want to race the racetrack and not the other cars on the track. These guys are a really good group of drivers, very competitive. I don't expect to see a ton of cautions here at Darlington tonight, but keep in mind, it is Darlington. So we're going to see 1 or 3 or 4, you know. They're going to be there, but it's Darlington. So pace cars in. There goes Mraz, and we are green flag and racing in Darlington with the Hyperdrive Cup Series. Just kind of taking a look at this field here. Pretty good sized field of cars. We got a couple down on the bottom dropping to the back. I don't know if Wimbish was one of them or not, as we're getting a little better view, and I got to restart timing and scoring real quick. It's an issue I have at the start of every one of these. But I've gotten used to having the issue, so as long as I'm used to it, then I guess it's not an issue. Looked like I seen Justin Gann dropping back a little bit, so I don't know if Gann might have found the outside wall. These guys got single file on us in a hurry here. Watching the 33 of Terry Kahn, a lot of racing up in front of him. Moving up there to the 17 right now, Tommy Haynes sitting in the 16th position. We know Haynes started 17th. So he's picked up a spot right here. It's going to be single file. It's not real easy to pass at Darlington. You got to try to set a guy up, you know, coming off the corner and get that run on him down the straightaway. Oh, we had a car get loose right there. I believe it was the 17, the one we're keeping an eye on. No, actually the 23 of Keith Vaughn. Remember, Vaughn is that driver that's sitting on the bubble right now, 12th place in points. So the 23 really needs to have a good run. He might be struggling just a little bit early here, back in the 18th position right now. He's got Cody Mcfadden in front of him in the 13. Ooh, 99, Jarrett Lipstrewer. Little contact with the outside wall for the 99. Man, and I don't know if that was Mcfadden or what, but someone else had a problem here. It may be the 13. He's going to fall back a couple of spots back to the 20th position. Darlington, again, you race a racetrack. You can see this guy's not having any problems. That's the 28 of Andrew Mraz. He's up to about 1.4 seconds on the field right now. Mraz fast last week, but he did have some problems, and the 51 was able to sneak in and finish that deal off. But you can see the 51 back there in third, going to make a move for second on the 3 of Roy Fernandez. Beautiful pass, keeping the 51 car on the bottom through that corner. Not an easy thing to do at all, but he's going to pull the pass off, and that's going to move the 51 of Michael Mueller up to the second position. Fernandez in the 3 in the outside wall. So the 3 car earned a Darlington stripe. It's really easy to do when you're running just a matter of an inch or two off the wall. But I'll tell you, I haven't seen him make a start this season. That's at 25 of Willie Nelson, but he's got that 25 car up in the 4th position right now. And he seems to be moving around Darlington pretty well. He's got it figured out. So I don't know if Mraz and Mueller might see a little competition from Willie Nelson in the 25 car, but it could very well happen here. Going to the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. Sleeper in the top 12 in points. So if they were to finish the season out next week in the position he's at, he would be locked into that 12-driver chase. And in the last 5 races, race for a championship in the 0-1 car. So Cody having a good run here right now in the 6th position. Nation turned itself into an all-star right in the chat. I know someone that would call you an all-star, Nation. So getting a little bigger, better look at the field. We're back on the 97 of Nathan Moore. It might be Moyer, but I'll go with Moore. At 97, 96 too. That's Cody Lipstrewer. Those cars are just so close to that wall. So close to it. And it is like Darlington where they get single file, but I think these guys are about ready to maybe do some battle for a position right here. Taking a look at the 97 car up to the 96. You enter it in on the bottom. Oh, little contact with the outside wall. Not very much. He just gave it a little loving and went on. That's not going to slow the 97 down too much or hinder him. This drive, 2 of these cars right here, though, 3 of them actually making their way forward. That's 11th, 12th, and 13th. The 82 of Mike Franklin currently sitting in the 11th place. He's got John Wimbish in the 56 back behind him in 12th. And then in 13th, you see the 17 of Tommy Haynes. These cars have made up some positions since the green flag. And they're cars that I expect to crack the top 10 here pretty soon. Franklin's sitting in the 11th spot right now in the 82 car. So they're not far out of that top 10. They're on their way to the front. The 64 car, Jason Wells, one of the cars I told you in the last 4 or 5 races has really started coming on strong. 64 currently sitting 15th in this race. We're 14 laps in, but I'd look for that 64 to be hunting some positions here pretty early, too. No, and it looks like Ruiz in the 09's already. We got a caution. And we found it right here. He's missing a front end. It's going to be the 10 car. And we got to figure out why he's missing a front end or where his front end may have went to as we're under caution number 1 here. So we're going to take a look at the instant replay. See what went wrong and where. Oh, we had the 24 already in trouble, and the 10 had nowhere to go, and another hit from the 10. So 24 car right here. We're going to have to go back and see what happened to him. I would almost speculate maybe the outside wall, but he hit the apron right here. But he holds on to it. I mean, he's still in pretty good shape. Outside wall. Heavy contact with the inside wall, and the 10 didn't know where he was going. He didn't know where the 24 was going to end up and tried to make an evasive move and made contact with the 24, and that's going to be heavy damage on both those rides. So Gary May in the 10, some bad luck right there. You can see he's broken and smoking, headed back to pit road. He's on pit road now. We were just on replay mode, so A little bit behind as the leaders are going to take advantage of this lap 17 caution. They're going to head to pit road too. It looks like the whole line of them. Mraz in the 28 leading them down pit road. He was the pole sitter, so he'll have that that coveted first pit stall. That first pit stall is typically an advantage when they're leaving pit road, but I don't know, 17 laps in, maybe a guy takes 2 tires. Nope, they're going to go forward, and the 28 is going to win the race off pit road. He's going to bring his teammate in the 51 right behind him in second. That's Michael Mueller. But Willie Nelson right here in the 25 is going to pick him a spot up on pit road. So Nelson's going up one. We got Gann right here. He's going to go up a spot. Going to put Roy Fernandez in the 3 back a couple. So a little bit of change in here. I'm in the wrong booth over here. There we go. I switched my Discord channel. I don't know how I did that to myself. But we're under caution number 1. Going to take a quick commercial break for you. All right, we are 2x2 getting ready for a restart. I don't know if we're behind the pace car next to it right here for this restart, but we're getting ready for one. Andrew Mraz in the 28, the leader, 51, Michael Mueller on the outside of the front row. Pace cars in. We're back to green flag racing here with the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift Motorsports. You see all of them's going to get off to a clean start. Even that 25 there, Willie Nelson. Briefly looking to the inside of the 51. He's going to fall in line here. Most of the top 10 has already fallen in line. We'll go back a little farther and take a look right here. Change that camera. We can get a bigger look at the field. You see a battle with the 3 and the 30 up there. We're watching the 0-1. And I told you some of these guys be in the top 10. Mike Franklin's up there in the 8th position right now in the 82 car. So Franklin wasting no time. He's getting up to the top 10 early, 21 laps in right here. Oh, we got one loose on the bottom. He saves it. Believe that might be, it's the 96 car, Cody Lipstrewer. So you see him battling with Franklin right now. Now Lipstrewer is going to fall back into the clutches of the 33 maybe of Terry Kahn. This is right inside the top 10. Lipstrewer holds the 8th position in the 96. You got Conn in 9th and John Wimbish back in the top 10 and 10th. So I told you some of these cars would come forward, and I called it right. They're up here in the top 10 right now. And we got a little bit more racing this time around. We got some cars side by side back there, and I think that's Jason Wells in the 64 picking up a spot. So Wells taking advantage, going for positions here. Look like the 91 of Blair Patterson get a little loose back there. Maybe let a spot go to the 18 of KC Duncan. You see Doug Neal right back there in the 77. This is back towards the back mid-pack or so. Blair Patterson currently scored in the 16th position in his 91 car. You got Doug Neal in 17th and Darren Clement in the 18th position. So we've seen a little bit of racing back here. Wanted to go and check it out. Going back up to the front now. Mraz has the lead in the 28 car, but he's only a little less than half a second ahead of the second-place driver. That's the 51 of Michael Mueller. And I believe Mueller's got about the same gap on that 25 of Willie Nelson. And Nelson holding about the same gap on the 30 of Justin Gann. So that's your top 4 right now. Getting close to a quarter of the way in here. We're 25 in of 114. I told you it'd be a good race. It'd be a competitive race. No doubt about it. Those top 3 drivers up there right now are pretty much mirroring each other's lap times. But we've seen how easy a driver can make a mistake here. And Darlington, I think, a problem that some drivers fight, and I say this because I do. You mix up your corners, and you mix up your corner at Darlington, and it can be big trouble when you're entering turn 3. You enter it like turn 1, and you're going to have some problems. There's no doubt about it. You got to get her woed down on one end really good. The other end, you can pretty much sell it off in there. What's going on, Bender? Welcome to the stream, buddy. A little bit different for me tonight. No Nation. I don't know where he's at. But we don't have No Nation 01. We got like 6 people in the booth last night, and I'm by myself tonight, so. Man, this battle right inside this top 10 right here, and to get into that 10th position is heating up pretty good. Oh, and our 10th place driver just hit the wall. 90s. Oh, and we got another one in the wall. That was Terry Conn up in the 8th place in the 33. Wimbish is going to scrape it a little bit in the 56. Both the Cheerwine paint jobs, 1 and 2 right there. You're probably right, Bender. I'm hoping not. Man, that's good racing right there. I'm going to get a little closer camera view on it. 33 and 56. 33 is going to pull to the inside and let the 56 go. And, man, the 99, Jarrett Lipstrewer, 64, Jason Wells, they're right there now. This is the race to get inside the top 10. Terry Conn holds the 9th position, but Wells holds the 11th position. You see the 97 and Nathan Moore coming into the picture now. The 33 is going to pull down to the bottom and let these guys go. He let them go. Now I see Nation in the waiting room. Nation, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on in here?
Oh, no, you got to turn your audio down a little bit. I'm hearing myself. Feedback.
Feedback? That's off my phone.
Oh, watching it on your phone? Man, these first 3 cars are nose to tail now. The gap that the 28 had over the 51, well, it's gone. The gap the 51 had on the 25 of Willie Nelson, guess what? It's gone. Willie Nelson in the 25 going to get a little loose coming off the corner and lose a little bit of ground on the 2 leaders. But we'll see if
Willie's used to that.
We got Willie Nelson running third in the 25 car, Nation. I kid you not. That feller couldn't ask for a better name, could he?
Not really.
Well, I mean, Bradley Cooper.
His name Mike Willie Nelson.
He could be Bradley Cooper. We have one of those.
You have the Bradley Cooper.
Yes, we do. Man, that 25, it looked like he had to get out of the gas just a little bit extra right there to stay out of the wall, and we got a battle for the lead. Between teammates, the 51's going to pull to the inside on the 28. The 28's going to fight him right here. He's going to fight back on the high side. And Willie Nelson again sliding it off the corner. Now he's going to get a run to the high side of the 51. So the battle went from first back to second. Willie Nelson's going to take it on the high side. And he's going to put a beeline on the leader. A beeline, Nation.
Just sorry, every time you say Willie Nelson's going to take it on a beeline is funny.
Yeah, Willie Nelson in the 25. He took a look to the inside right there of the 28, Andrew Mraz. Couldn't keep the momentum up, but he's working on it. Willie Nelson is working on the lead. He's up here with a couple of fast drivers, fast race cars. That 51 right there, that feller has got 6 wins by himself this season. 6 of them, Nation. He's running third right now in the 51. That's Michael Mueller.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you can't count them on one hand. That's how many he's got. Man, that 25 hanging it out. That 25 is just hanging it out, Nation. I guess sometimes if you're going to get to the front, you just got to let it all hang out, don't you?
Sometimes you got to do that.
You just got to let her all hang out. And Willie Nelson, he's letting her all hang out, man.
Sometimes you win, sometimes, well, you don't.
Sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield.
What was that Willie Nelson song? Something about the highway or the road or some shit.
Oh, my God. Willie Nelson had a lot of great songs, Nation. But right now, you can see Mueller checking up, though, to stay out of the back of the 25. So Michael Mueller's got a hot rod right here, but not easy to pass at Darlington. Not easy. Real easy to hit the wall at Darlington. Not, man, 51 gets loose coming out of the corner. Going to lose 6 car lengths, Nation. Just like that.
Just like that.
He almost fell back to the clutches of the 30 back here at Justin Gann. Gann's kind of just been hanging out back here, and he's in striking distance. He's not up there fighting for it, but he's within striking distance. And every time I turn around, the 25 will get off the corner sideways, but he's still found a way to run the 28 of Andrew Mraz back down. So the battle for the lead will ensue right here on lap 40 of 114. This one's going quick, Nation.
Well, it is Darlington.
One caution flag has slowed us down in 40 laps here at Darlington. These drivers are doing a heck of a job in this lead battle right now. 51, third place in the wall. You know, if I talk about every time a driver touches the outside wall, I'm going to be doing that all night long, Nation.
That's the way it is. It's racing.
It's Darlington. If you don't touch a wall at Darlington, you're not racing it. Man, that 25 loose again coming off of turn 2. Going to get a heck of a run, though, on the 28 down the back straightaway. Not going to be able to do nothing with it, and I believe the 28 might have just tuned her up a little bit. Now the 25's going to get a run. He's going to take a look to the bottom, right past the start-finish line, going off into turn 1. He had to get out of it, though. Almost got into the 28. Willie Nelson doing a great job. Good heads-up move right there. Give it up. Wait for it. Come back and get it in a little bit as you see Wimbish slow on the bottom. I think the 56 may have come off pit road, and the 28's a little harder contact in the outside wall this time. The 25 of Willie Nelson's going to be dealing a lot with the 51 here, Michael Mueller. Gosh dang it, we got us a race, Nation.
Get it done.
I can't. I want to go through the field, but, man, I just really don't want to turn off these top 4 right now. 43 laps in, they're kind of slugging it out.
Right now.
They're slugging it out, Nation. You'll see one of them bounce the wall. Other one drive it off the corner sideways, but that 25 seems to have the back tires settled down a little bit. I think he's got them happy again.
Well, you call them happy. I call them about to go out.
About to go out. When they go out, somebody's going around.
That's right. Time to spin.
We call that the spin cycle, don't we?
Hell yeah.
So Mraz is still leading it. We're going to do a top 10 through the field for you. We'll start with the 28 of Andrew Mraz. He started on the pole position here, and he's been leading 45 laps ever since then. Back to P2, you're going to see the 25 of Willie Nelson. Nelson started a little bit farther back.
The Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson started a little farther back. He worked his way up here to the second position. He's been fighting for the lead. But I'll tell you what, that third place driver, he don't really need an introduction right here. Everyone knows who the 51 of Michael Mueller is. 6 wins here this season, just dominating performances by the 51. He's up in the third spot now, and he's got a fast race car. So the only thing I can tell the guys in front of him is don't make a mistake, because the 51 probably isn't going to. So fourth place, another driver having a good run so far at Darlington's Justin Gann in the 30. Gann around 7th place in points coming in. And that's important because next week is going to be the final regular season points race before they start the chase. So you want to have it in the top 12 in points. And a win does not guarantee you a spot in the chase. You got to be in the top 12.
Dude, I could be in the top 12.
Oh, Nation, come on. You're so far ahead of racing, man.
Oh, stop it right there.
So the 5 of Roy Fernandez currently sitting in the 3. Dang it, I'm looking at a position. Call it his car number. It's the 3 of Roy Fernandez. Nation's in here now if Bender's still watching, so we're not going to have any server issues. Fernandez in the 5th position. You see Terry Kahn right there. Kahn has already pitted in the 33 car, so he's got fresh tires. He ought to drive by these guys pretty quickly. Then we go back to 6th. You'll see that 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. Sleeper looked like he might have been playing with the outside wall a bit. I think that's just how far you got to slow down there in 3 and 4. That means the tires are probably going away on the 0-1. As they are most cars, as we're going to go back to 7th, and we'll find a 99 of Jarrett Lipstrewer. Lipstrewer bringing the 99 back. He brought it up some positions to get up here to 7th, so he's having a good race here at Darlington, too, 49 laps in. In 8th, though, Mr. Consistency is what I'm going to start calling this guy. That's the 82 of Mike Franklin. Franklin in the top 10, race in and race out, Nation. Sometimes in the top 3 podium, getting interviews in here, and that car's been consistent. That car and driver has been consistent all season long so far. So no surprise to see Franklin in the A spot. This driver, though, come from the back. Casey Duncan in the number 18 car. He was towards the back of the field. Got it all the way up here to the 9th position on lap 51. Some of these guys that haven't pitted are going to be getting ready for green flag pit stops too, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as we take a look at the 10th place car of Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell in the 27 car in the top 10 on lap 51. Having a good race here at Darlington as well. And I said we'd do a top 10 through the field real quick, and we did it. We're going to stay with the field until they go to pit stops. That's not a battle for the lead. Andrew Mraz is the leader in the 28. The 33 made a green flag pit stop. Man, that 25 looked like he was going to get a run on the 28, and that is for position. That's Willie Nelson in the 25. He looked like he was going to get a run on the 28, and he didn't, Nation. But he's getting one now. Nelson... Oh, he had to look like he might have even had to check up a little bit coming out of turn 4 right there. So the 25 car is on the move, putting pressure on the 28 once again. You can see he's a little bit better on the entry and center of 1 and 2, and he's checking up a little bit. Now he's going to get a little loose, but he's going to take another look to the inside. Battle for the lead. Willie Nelson's going to drive it to the apron and do it. He's going to go around the 28 of Andrew Mraz, and he will take the lead on lap 53. So put the 25 to first, the 28 back to second, the 51 in third, and we got a 5-car battle. Not a 3-car, not a 4-car, a 5-car. On the longer run, the 3-car, that Marlboro car, right there of Roy Fernandez, able to catch these top 4. And Fernandez has a hot rod right now. 51, 28, coming to pit road. Mraz and Mueller, teammates, coming to pit road right here on lap 54. Mark it down. Darlington, not an easy track to enter pit road on, as we got that's not a side-by-side battle. 21's on fresh tires. Fernandez in the 3's faded off these guys a little bit. Willie Nelson, though, in the 20 nation, he's got a little over half a second on the 30 of Justin Gann. Nelson's going to bring it to pit road. So your leader in the 25 coming to pit road. He's got Fernandez in the 3 right behind him. Get her woed down, guys. Man, that 3 brought her in hot.
A hard track to get down in the pit road.
Holy Thunder Muffins, Nation.
Thunder Muffins? What in the hell is a Thunder Muffin?
We talked about that last night.
I was trying to forget it.
Oh. Get Benson in here, you won't forget it.
Oh, we're not even going to go there.
So the 30 of Justin Gann has taken over the lead, but he'll be coming to pit road pretty soon, but it won't be right now. I can guarantee you that. 9.849 seconds is the lead for the 30 of Justin Gann. 9.783 seconds. I got to quit saying that because it's going to keep changing every 0.10 seconds.
Yeah, why don't you say it's right around
10 seconds. That's right. 30 cars going to come to pit road right now. He's getting it woed down. Nice and smooth going on the pit road for the 30, so no problems for him right here on the entry. He's going to take it. Man, this is a slow pit road. It's like it takes forever, Nation.
Yeah, you got to tap the binders to get in there.
And from the back to the front, that's what this driver's done. That's the 18 of KC Duncan. KC's got a little bit of dent on that back bumper, but it ain't slowing that 18 down, man. Back bumpers at Darlington are optional, Nation.
You don't even need the bumper.
You don't need it. Preferably just take it all the way off there, right?
It's just extra weight. You don't need that.
Right on. It's more drag, I think.
It ain't like you're drafting on this track.
That's right. So he'll pit, turn the lead over to this driver. That's the 27 car of Jonathan Cogswell. We got drivers coming off pit road, drivers going on pit road. Andrew Mraz, you see him back here in the 4th spot. That's going to change it over right here. Cogswell's going to come to pit road. He's going to bring the 32 of Darren Clement right with him. That'll hand the lead over to the driver of the 28 right here. And on the green flag pit stops, Willie Nelson lost a little bit of time in the 25 car. Willie's going to be scored in probably the 4th position when it shakes out. We know that the 25 had just passed for the lead when the green flag pit stops happened, Nation. Actually, Nelson is going to go to 3rd. Fernandez will still be in 4th in the 3 car. You see Fernandez, though, not too far behind the 25 right now. So Roy picked up a spot under the green flag pit stop exchange, and Justin Gann's going to drop back to the 5th position. 5th position. The number 5 spot, Nation.
Is the 5th in the row.
P5. Oh, you ain't been checking iRacing Classifieds, have you, Nation?
No.
Well, do you want to beat me to this one, or?
Yes, I would like that very much. Thank you.
Should I go ahead and win it?
You're going to go ahead and do it, aren't you?
Yeah, my phone's faster than yours.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Nope, I'm not. I lied. I'm not sorry.
Not even a little bit.
So, watching the 30 car Justin Gann making it around the track here in the top 5. And going back up front to the battle for the lead between teammates. The 28 of Andrew Mraz has reassumed the top spot. And you got the 51 of Michael Mueller. Mr. 6 is what he is right now. He could turn it into Mr. 7 tonight.
Or Mr. 5.
You can't lose. I gotta turn my phone down. You cannot take a win away from the guy.
Why not?
If he's already got 6, you can't remove one, so he's going to stay at 6 until he wins another one, which could be right here at Darlington, and that would give him 7. He's only 3. He was 3/10 back. Now he's going to get a run on the 28 and go for the lead down the back straightaway. 28's going to send it off in the corner. So's the 51. The 28's going to maintain the lead. And the 51's going to check up a little bit. The gap's going to open up a couple of tenths right here. So the teammates doing a little bit of battle right here, lap 65. I'm Mathin' Nation. We're halfway through this thing.
Stop mathing, because we suck at that.
Can't help it. I'm just a mather, man. Mather's got a math, Nation.
You are the furthest thing from a mather.
I'm a commentator, Nation.
Okay, that's fair.
I commentate races.
That's fair.
All right, so the 25 of Willie Nelson back in the 3rd spot. And Roy Fernandez right here. Not too far behind Willie is Fernandez in the Marlboro car. The number 3 Marlboro car. Digging on the paint job, too. Liking it, Nation. Makes me want to go smoke a cigarette.
Some of them a gun.
Don't it make you want to just light one up?
Nope.
Nope, because you got one lit, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I knew it. Nation's got one lit up right now, so we'll go back to the 30 of Justin Gann. Justin having a good, solid run at Darlington, and that's what you need to do. I mean, it's you have to maximize the points over 10 races if you want to be in the top 12 for the 5-race chase, Nation. That's what you have to do.
Darlington is not the easiest track they ever built.
No, it's not. The 30 of Justin Gann's doing exactly what he needs to do at Darlington, and he's up in the top 5, which means, hey, I'm not too far back. A guy works a little bit of strategy. A guy can get a win, Nation. He can work on it. He's in a position to work on getting a win. So we'll go back to 6th. It changed hands. 97's coming to pit road. He's a taser, Hal says. Who's a taser? You're a taser, Nation?
I don't know. I don't think he's talking about me.
Why am I a taser?
It might be a little bit.
Tater. Who's a tater?
Maybe he's trying to say traitor.
Well, if he is, Hal is a...
What the fuck are you talking about?
I think we need to go together and get Hal hooked on phonics as we're under caution number 2.
I can't even spell phonics.
Can't even spell it, he said.
And that's kind of ironic, because if you can't spell phonics and it's supposed to teach you how to spell shit, I can't spell it.
Well, we had a caution come out, and not going to speculate. I'm just going to go back a couple of times and see if I can or can't find it. Oh, right here. I found it. Well, there was contact, and it led to some damage, and both cars got sideways, but they both kept them pointed in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
But the 56 Cheerwine car having problems right here. And
Now, that was the one with the kick-ass paint job, right?
33's got the chrome paint. The 56 is a little bit different paint. I'll show you the 33 Nation. So Wimbish gaining some spots right here on the track because he hasn't come to pit road yet. And I'm sure pit road's going to get busy with the leaders. Yep, 28 Andrew Mraz just now getting off of pit road. And I was going to look for the 33 car for Nation here. Well, gosh dang it, I know he's still in here.
Dang it.
That's probably better than what I would have said last night, Nation.
Yeah, I'm struggling to just keep it under control.
You're doing a great job, man. Oh, no, the driver that my favorite paint job is not on the track right now.
No, because that would be Hal Amy's paint job.
I'm talking of the cars tonight, Nation.
Yes, dude, I know.
Hal Amy doesn't have a dog in this fight. He's got to get his cup car out and dust it off. He's had it sitting on the shelf too long.
Yeah, we got to get that thing out and get her shined up.
Get her shined back up. Maybe put a little bit of a chrome paint job on that one. And
he's still yelling at me about that.
I'm just wondering when he's going to put iRacing Classifieds on his car. Support the Vernon Nation movement.
Yeah, because we make so much money off this.
Top left-hand corner of the screen. That's our disclaimer, Nation.
It says we don't make any money.
It's there. Village idiots. Somebody put it there. I think I know the feller that put that up there, Nation.
We need to kick his butt.
How do we get it down is the question. I know how we got it up there, but how does it come down? It don't.
I know a guy.
It's just broken up there, ain't it? It's just stuck up there.
Yeah, it's just broken.
Did we put that up with Gorilla Glue?
No, my hair's...
Hal using symbols now. That's the stop symbol, not.
He is not happy with that idea.
All right, 2x2 getting ready for a restart. How far back are they, Nation?
They're all the way to the gate.
All the way down the street to the hamburger stand.
Almost said hot dog.
Nah, I went hamburger.
Only hamburgers.
Hamburger. Yep. Hamburger. Give me a hamburger.
I gotta go get another drink. I'll be right back.
Man, there ain't too many cars back there, too many rows deep, so we got some cars on pit road getting some attention. See the 23 of Keith Vaughn rejoining the field here. Brandon Freeze, and we're going back to the front because guess what? It is, in fact, restart time. And we're restarted. 28, Andrew Mraz, 51. Michael Mueller, 30 of Justin Gann, the 25 of Willie Nelson. So right on the restart on the outside line, the 30 of Gann's able to pick up a position right here. From Willie Nelson, Gann's going to move up to third. Just like I talked about earlier, if you keep it up in the top 5, you'll get a shot at it. Man, Willie Nelson really sent it in the corner and had to get on the binders hard. That's going to cost the 25. He's going to fall into the clutches of the 99 of Jarrett Lipstrewer. We're going to go back. I seen some battling back here somewhere. I think it was right around here. 32-13, Cody Mcfadden in the 13, 32, Darren Clement. Cody Lipstrewer back there in the 96. Roy Fernandez right there in the 3, and John Wimbish in the 56 car. So the 56 has got a little damage on that Cheerwine car, but he's still got a little bit of speed. Got it up in the top 15 right here. Some of that damage caused by caution number 2 not too long ago. 3-car Fernandez, a little bit of contact with the outside wall. Darlington stripe going on there. Blair Patterson's 91 back in 17th. We'll do a complete through the field if they stay green for a couple of minutes here. Back up front by 0.3 of a second is going to be Andrew Mraz. And I can tell you, if you've been watching, I don't have to tell you, the 28 car has been pretty much dominating this one. Andrew Mraz having a strong performance in the 28 car at Darlington here tonight. See the 51, his teammate right behind him, Michael Mueller. 0.3 back. Mueller looks like he's starting to close the gap a little bit. You'll see one of them have a problem, the gap will go away, and then the next one will have a problem, the gap will open back up again. So we're going to take a look back here in third. Justin Gann moved into the third position on that restart, got around the 25 of Willie Nelson. Nelson's been able to hold with Gann since that pass happened. And we are about ready to be under the lights at Darlington Speedway. So we're headed for under the lights. I can still
on the way.
They're on the way, Nation. I think some of the lights are actually on. Oh, Gann. Little contact with the outside wall. The 25 car. Willie Nelson's going to get by him, so Nelson's going to reassume the third position, Nation. Reassume. Those words worked.
Not really, because I couldn't pronounce them.
Reassume. Assume. Should I spell it? Digital scrapbook tutorials.
You fuck. You're going to get me in trouble. Shut up.
She's not watching.
Yes, she is.
She is watching?
Mm-hmm.
On a Thursday night?
Yep.
Huh. Because you're in here.
She just left this room.
Just left, huh? She got it on her phone or what?
Yep.
All right, so Andrew Mraz is your leader in the 28. Hal's probably laughing right now. He's probably got tears rolling down his face. He just went down and told Diana, Vern's at it again.
I'd like to say something to Hal, but I'm going to refrain.
You're going to refrain from it, huh?
I have to.
Man, this battle for the lead, it's staying within 0.2 of a second. It's just like I said, one guy will get a little loose, the gap will go away, then he'll get a little loose, and the gap will be picked right back up, Nation.
And there it is.
Not too far behind him, though, is that 25 of Willie Nelson and the 30 of Justin Gann. I believe that was out of 4 right there. I seen Gann get a little bit loose, going to give up a car link or two to the 25. And now the 25 is going to go out there and make just a little bit of love to the outside wall, Nation. Not a whole lot of it, but a little bit.
You're still going to have to repaint it.
He may need just maybe some touch-up paint. I don't think he's going to need a full paint job.
Oh, he could repaint his car, hit it again, and then he'll repaint it.
That car looks so tight coming out of turn 4. Probably pretty hard to keep a car out of the... Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a... Let's see what it's like around Darlington, and we'll do it with the leader.
Oh, no.
So we are on board with the 28 of Andrew Mraz with 30 laps to go.
You know the curse of the camera, right?
And here we go, start-finish line. So here's your lap right here with the leader. You just sail it off of turn 1. Or sail it into it. Driving it to the bottom right here, 1 and 2, coming off 2. But watch 3 and 4 how much he slows this car down. Watch him RPMs come down, running right at the top of the track. Get it low down, pick the throttle up off of 4 right here, and there's your lap around Darlington. Now do that 114 times.
No, screw that.
So about a half a second back from him is going to be this driver, the 51 of Michael Mueller. We're going to go on board with Mueller for a lap right here. 0.5 of a second. That's half a second back. So Mueller definitely within striking distance with 28 laps to go here. And you got to take a lap around with second place Mueller. Now we're going on board. And Willie Nelson's caught him, Nation. The 25 car Willie Nelson has caught him, and that car is absolutely flying right now. Nelson a tenth to 0.2 of a second faster than both first and second right now. So Willie Nelson doing a heck of a job here at Darlington tonight. He's putting on a performance, Nation. Oh, man, I cracked myself up on that one. Oh, look at the run he just got off the corner. See Mueller twitch a little bit now. Mueller's going to hit the outside wall, barely. Darlington Stripe, Nation.
You can't say twitch.
I can too.
Nope, you can't. I got lawyers. They said no.
All right, so we're going back to fourth place. He's watching that battle up there. He's also still within driving distance.
Right?
I almost said driving distance. It's striking distance. Of course he's within driving distance, Nation.
Because that's what they're doing.
Right. Talking about the 30 of Justin Gann back in the fourth spot. So you're on board with Gann right now. We're just doing kind of on board through the field a little bit here, Nation.
That's a little different view than normally.
Yeah. Trying to stay on board for a lap, but going to have to cut her down to half a lap or we're going to run out of laps.
We're going to run out of
Oh, Gann's pitting right now. So this is the entry to pit road right here as we go back through the field. Man, a little loose coming in, but he brings her in nice and smooth right here. So we'll go back to Cody Sleeper now. Cody was in fifth. He went in fourth when Gann brought it to pit road. So you're on board with the 0-1. You hear him working the throttle inside this car, watching the RPMs going down the straightaway here. Now he's going to come to pit road, so we get to see another pit road entry. So we'll go back again. We're going to go on board with, I don't know, Darren. No. 99, Jarrett Lipstrewer. Haven't been on board with Jarrett yet, so we're going to jump on board with the 99 for about a half a lap here. We're going to get on board with all the drivers and tell you where they're at. Jarrett's currently scored in the fourth position right now.
You got to go all the way around the track to get to pit road?
Basically.
Screw that.
This thing's got a long pit road, man.
Yeah, the shortest track's got a long pit road.
It's not the shortest track.
One of the shortest tracks.
See Lipstrewer, Jarrett Lipstrewer, that is. He's going to come to pit road now, too. So now we'll fall back to the 32 of Darren Clement, who was scored in the fifth position. He'll move the fourth now that Jarrett Lipstrewer come to pit road. So you are on board, or we are on board, with the 32 right now. We got 20 laps to go. And Clement is now your leader. So you're on board with who is now your leader, Darren Clement. We'll go back to the current second position car. That's going to be the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. We've seen these drivers stay out a little longer on the last run, so it's not surprising they'll stay out just a little bit longer here. Maybe they got enough in the gas tank to go 19 or 20 laps. I doubt it, but I don't know, Nation. I'm not a mathematician, so. Third place, Roy Fernandez in the 3 car. Fernandez was up there battling with the leaders a little bit earlier, and he kind of fell off just a little bit. But he's still out on the track, hasn't brought it to pit road, or maybe he's short pitted. I don't know what's going on right now. So fourth is the 97 of Nathan Moore. I just want to get these guys a little bit of camera time right here. On board with the 97 of Moore. Gonna shut my mouth so you can hear the throttle. Right, Nation?
Well, I'm going to shut my mouth. Fuck.
All right, so next driver we're on board with is the 82 of Mike Franklin. Franklin currently being scored in the 4th position. That will change around as these guys pit, and the guys that already pitted that were up here reassume their positions, and then we'll get off the end cars and back onto the race finish. So Franklin in the 4th spot. 5th spot, we're going to have the 17 right here. You've seen the 51 of Michael Mueller go around him. But Tommy Haynes being scored in the 5th position in the 17 car. 16 laps to go for Tommy Haynes. Just letting that thing kind of staying out of the throttle a bit. Letting it come off the corner, keeping it out of the outside wall. And that's a lap around Darlington when you got the right front wore out, Nation.
That's a big old wall.
So go back another one. Blair Patterson currently scored in the 6th position in the 91 car. Talked a little bit about Blair tonight, not a bunch. So now we're on board with the 91 of Blair Patterson. Oh, problems for Patterson. Into the inside wall. Contact with the outside wall and then the inside wall. 15 laps to go. That's got to hurt just a little bit. Maybe curse of the Camera Nation. We'll move back to the 96 and Cody Lipstrewer and act like we didn't. We'll act like we wasn't even on board for that ride.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to hide from it. We're going to hide from it.
I didn't see anything.
All right, so the current 7th place driver is going to be Cody Lipstrewer in a 96. Man, he's all over that white line down there. He's scaring me, making me nervous. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next guy. That's going to be Doug Neal in the 77 car. That's who we're on board with right now. Neal currently scored in the 8th position. And I was going to stay with these guys a little longer, man, but I think the curse of the camera has bit a couple of the fellers.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Didn't mean to, Nation. By no means.
By no means.
Go on board with the 18 of KC Duncan right now. We're going to hit a couple of these guys just kind of quickly here. John Wimbish's 56 car, that's who you're on board with now. You see a little bit of damage on the front of that car. Wimbish caught up in an earlier caution, I think. I think it was caution number 2, actually. We've only had 2. I think it was caution number 2, so we'll bounce back here to the 21 of Brandon Freeze. He corrected me on that name, so I know it's Brandon Freeze. Freeze is currently scored 17th. And then we got one more driver on the track, a couple more I need to get to. One of them's right here in 15th. That's the 13 of Cody Mcfadden. You see him coming up on the back of the 99 of Jarrett Lipstrewer right here. Cody currently in the 15th position once again. And then the last driver I need to cover right now is going to be this driver. That's the 23 of Keith Vaughn, currently scored 20th. Keith Vaughn is a bubble driver in points right now. And remember, after Darlington, one more race left next week at Kentucky is the last regular season race before we start to chase in Atlanta.
What the heck is a bubble driver?
He's on the bubble. That's what it is, Nation.
Okay.
So your leader's Darren Clement with 9 laps to go. Fernandez back in second. Man, strategy's worked out right here, and it's fuel strategy. So Clement's still out there. Fernandez, Moyer, Franklin, Tommy Haynes, Doug Neal, Cody Lipstrewer. That's your top 7, so a little bit different than earlier. Clement with a 3.8 second lead, 8 laps to go. Man, I think some of these guys might work it out on fuel here, Nation.
They probably won't.
Andrew Mraz has dominated the race, the 28, the 51, 25 of Willie Nelson been up there. But getting late in a race, 7 laps to go right now for the lead, or for the driver of the 32. Darren Clement, 4.6 seconds is the lead. That lead's going to be over Roy Fernandez. We'll go back. We'll show you what that 5 seconds is as we drop back to the 3-car Fernandez. So Fernandez is currently occupying the 2nd position in the Marlboro 3-car. And he's getting the Darlington stripe again. He's just refreshing the Darlington stripe, Nation.
There you go.
So now we're back to the 97 of Nathan Moore. And Moore's in the 3rd spot right now with 6 to go. Then you got Mike Franklin back here in 4th in the 82. And in 5th you have the 77 Folgers car right there. That's Doug Neal. So Mraz has rebounded to the 6th position. He's going to be going around that 77, but he's got a lot of time to make up if he's going to catch that 32 of Darren Clement and change the results of this race.
He's got a long way to go.
Mraz moving back up to the 5th position right now as we've got 5 laps to go. So back up front, on to the 32 car. 4.2 seconds is the lead now. 4 seconds the lead as they go off into the corner. If I'm Clement, man, I'm just going to keep a nice steady hand on the wheel, Nation. I think Mraz will pick up another spot or two, but it's going to be hard to make up the ground that he needs to make up to get here. You know what I mean?
Well, you have to use the binders on this track, right?
So Mraz moved up to the 4th spot right now. Make it 3rd. Mraz is up to 3rd with 4 laps to go. We're going to go back to that too. He's behind Cogswell, but the next position is going to be the 3-car Roy Fernandez, and Fernandez is probably 4 seconds ahead of him. No, Fernandez is probably more than that ahead of him. Mraz is 11 seconds behind the 2nd place of Roy Fernandez.
He gone.
And Fernandez into the outside wall again, so he's in and out of the wall, but Fernandez is only a few seconds back now, so he's made up a second on the leader of Darren Clement. You see Clement going around the 23 of Keith Vaughn, putting him another lap down. And Darren Clement doing a nice job in that 32 car. Fuel strategy, making it work for him so far. He's got less than 2 laps to hang on, Nation. At the line right here.
Yeah, he's got this.
White flag is out one more time around for the driver of the 32 to pull off the upset at Darlington. Is it an upset, Nation?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he might be the best driver in the world.
He is at Darlington tonight, that's for sure.
Tonight he is.
So through turns 3 and 4 for the last time with a 4-second advantage coming off of turn 4. Your winner for the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift Motorsports is going to be none other than the 32 of Darren Clement. So a little bit of a change out before those last rounds of pit stops, and 1 and 2 changed hands. It's a little bit different.
$20 is a burnout.
Roy Fernandez going to bring it home 2nd in the number 3, and Andrew Mraz is going to bring it home 3rd in the 28 car here. Man, that 28 had a dominant race car tonight. Dominant. All I can say is the 32 had a little bit different and better pit strategy, Nation.
He had a way different strategy.
And I'm pretty sure the 32 of Darren Clement's going to burn it to the ground, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to need new tires.
I would. It took strategy right there to pull off the win as he's doing his burnouts and waiting for him to come up into the waiting room. I'll move him.
Yeah, see, those tires aren't cheap.
Darren Clement, this is Vernon Nation in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, you should have kept burning them down, dude. What a strategy right there. Good. Well played. Well played.
Oh, man, thanks. I wasn't sure how that was going to work out, but it was about my only shot at this one.
Yeah, I looked, and you got down to, like, I don't know, probably 7 or 8. I think it was 10 to go. And I told Nation, I said, I don't think he's pitting again. And you didn't. And I looked, you had a 4-second lead. So what was going through your mind right there?
I was just hoping that, Fernandez there was in the same position, so I knew he was going to be pushing. I pushed a couple laps. Then I seen my fuel was going to be right close on the short side. I was like, oh, man, let me back it down a little bit. And it was just sweating. Like, am I going to run out and they're going to catch me and pass me, or am I going to make it? Well, a lot of fuel saving going on that run.
We see how it worked out, though.
Yeah, it worked out great.
It did, man. You put it in victory lane, and I mean, I watched the 28 dominate the race for the most part, and
yeah,
he got a lot of pressure from the 51 and the 25, but I looked at the last round of pit stops, and I seen a few cars. There were actually probably 4 or 5 of you that stayed out.
Yeah, there was no. I went in on one coming to 1 to go on that last caution, just to top it off, and pretty much that's what saved me and got me this win tonight.
Well, you did it, man. I mean the strategy was perfect, Darren. That's the best way to put it. It was just the perfect strategy, and it got you the win. And what better time to nail that as we get close to the start of the chase over here for the Hyperdrive Cup Series.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was having a good run at Indy last week, and I ended up in P4, got a little arrow tight behind a couple cars and tagged the wall on turn 2, and that just sent me to the back of the pack. So glad to come back here tonight and win this one. Well,
you've had speed in the 32 car. We've seen it this season, and this has got to be a big momentum boost for you.
Oh, most definitely come out here and beat some of these guys. Mueller, who's the points leader, not necessarily on speed, but definitely strategy. That makes it even better. So,
well, the two things it takes to win races are speed and strategy.
That's correct.
You had enough speed, and you certainly had the right strategy, and you are the victor at Darlington, buddy.
Well, thanks, Vern. I want to give a shout out to Justin Gann for putting on Swift Motorsports here. Definitely a fun place to come and run. Anybody out there watching the broadcast, we got openings. Come on down.
Yep, we absolutely do. You can check the link to the website in the broadcast. Darren Clement, do you have anyone else you want to thank while we got you up here, buddy? Any sponsors or teammates or anything?
Yeah, I want to thank my boys at East Coast Motorsports for helping me prepare for the race. GTR Simulators for being on the car, and Doug Designs and Pet Paradise.
There you go, Darren. Well played, buddy. Good luck to you at Kentucky next week, man. And once again, congratulations on the win here.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was the winner, Darren Clement, in the 32. So we're going to go back to second place now. He come in briefly, but he left, Nation.
Where the hell did he go?
We'll move him back up here. Roy Fernandez, this is Vernon Nation in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
Man, I'll tell you weren't far back there, Roy. You played a little bit of strategy, and you weren't far off, and it looked like you knocked about a second off this time with about 3 or 4 laps to go. So what was going on with the 3 car there?
Yeah, well, I mean, the guys in front of me the whole race were fast. I felt like I was playing catch up the whole time. So that last run right before the second caution came out, I thought I had a really good car, and I really dialed it in and started catching up. But then the caution came out with about 43 or so laps to go. And we pit and everything, and I got my my fuel situated, and I was like, you know what? I fell a considerable amount of points in the standings for missing a week. I'm gonna play it aggressively and see what I can do here. So I just went into the pits, got a little bit splash of fuel, came out, and just conserved, thinking that if the top 5 guys that were racing real hard, they're not conserving, so they're gonna have to pit again. If I can stay out the whole time, I may be able to pull a W out of here, but finished in second place. So I'm happy with that. Did well for me in the points, but hey, congrats to Darren and for winning.
Well, the 3-car was up front for most of the race. I mean, you had a fast race car. No doubt about that. And at one time, I think it was before the first round of green flag pit stops there, the whole top 4 or 5 cars on the track were right together. And you were in that pack, Roy, and you put on a heck of a show here. All race long. I mean, we had you up there in the front, and we followed the 3-car quite a bit during the race, and you had it up there at the end just a little. You fell a little bit short on the strategy, man, but still, second place, great run for you tonight.
Yeah, no, I think I definitely learned a lot in the first run with those set of tires. So the second run felt a little bit more natural for me. Just working around with my lift points, brake points, trying to get the car to rotate a little bit more, use a little bit less of the wheels to not burn them off as much, because I was expecting some long runs. I'm thankful the caution didn't come out again towards the end, because if that would have came out, it kind of probably would have put a dent in my plans. But yeah, no, it was great racing. I tried staying up front with the guys, and I caught up over time, but it's Darlington, man. You can't pass on Darlington on worn tires, I'm telling you that.
So good points finish for you here as we go into the final regular season race next week at Kentucky. What's the 3 team? What's your feeling on going to Kentucky? Confidence after coming out of Darlington here?
Yeah, no, I like Kentucky. It's a unique track. It's got its perks, in my opinion, based off of like how you like to race as a racer. Anything can happen. You can have a great race and have something, go wrong. So what I'm going to try to do is just hit my marks and try to stay out of any trouble, and hopefully, pull off at least a top 5, top 10 to secure my chase. Probably won't try to drive as aggressive or anything too wild to win the race. Just because sometimes I feel like that can put you in a worse position. But I'll definitely fight for a good spot there, so I don't lose any more points and stay in the chase.
That's awesome, man. We wish you the best of luck when you get to Kentucky this week. And once again, congratulations on that second place finish. Do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth here, Roy?
Yeah, Simbox Motorsports, my team, Cody, Nate, and Doug. We talk strategy all the time, so it pays off pretty well for the most part when we bounce ideas off each other. And then, last but not least, I always got to thank my wife. She's always tuning in, watching, and supporting me. So appreciate to her.
Yeah, and we thank everyone that tunes in too. If your wife's one of the ones tuning in, thank you very much. And Roy, congrats again on that P2, man. An awesome strategy there at the end, buddy. Good luck in Kentucky.
Awesome. Thanks, Vern. Have a good night.
You too. All right, that was second place Roy Fernandez. Now we're going to go get our third place finisher, and this one's a little bit of a heartbreak, I know. Let me move them up here. Andrew Mraz, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I do, Vern. How are you doing?
Oh, my gosh. You had a dominating car. That 28 was on a rail, man. It was a rocket.
No, just that didn't have enough of that go-go juice going.
Part of the, do you think that might have been from just running out front all night, that you burn a little bit more fuel than the 32 and the 3 did?
I mean, there is a possibility of that, but at the same time, it could have been just untimely cautions. If that second caution wasn't going to be there, we would just had to pit one more stop. We were going to pit later on, not have to pit again, and be done. But yeah, I mean, congrats to Darren for that amazing fuel strategy saving. He I don't know how he does it. He just does that. And Roy actually pitted again with 1 to go, under caution there to fill up again, and he managed to save. He conserved a little bit, but I'm like, I'm gonna go all out, hoping that 4 fresh tires, I can catch him and pass him. Nope, I got close.
Okay, so I'm taking a look at the points and stuff here. I mean, you're safely in the
Yep.
second spot right there, but I'm looking at it to see the momentum that the 28 has had and the speed that you've had this season. You have 1 win, 6 top 5 finishes. Actually, it'll be 7 with this race, which will make it 8 top 10 finishes this season. So going into Kentucky, I would think that you would probably be the driver with the most confidence, Andrew.
You could say that. I mean, Kentucky runs very similar to Darlington, topside. I love a loose race car. Like I said earlier, back a couple weeks ago, I love loose race cars. It's like dirt tracking almost, and I just love it.
Well, and your teammate, talk about Michael Mueller for a second. 6 wins this season, obviously been dominant, but towards the second half of the races we've ran, I've seen the 28 hit a different stride, and I think that watching you, I believe that you might have the most momentum going into next week and then into the chase.
I certainly hope so.
You've definitely hit a good stride here. You knocked off a win this season, and you really, the last 2 weeks, I mean, you've been a rocket. You've been on rails, and, issues that tonight it wasn't an issue. You just pit strategy didn't work out. You know what I mean? So there's some things that if we could take away some of a couple of things this season, you would be up around 3 or 4 wins, Andrew.
I completely agree with that. I mean, it's been a challenging year, but having that 1 win still, it's amazing being as a second-year veteran pretty much at this league, and having 1 win with this high of a caliber.
It's competitive.
Yes, very competitive.
It's highly competitive. That's exactly what, and I say that week in and week out. It's just the competition level so high, and like you said, to be able to knock out the win, but just performances like tonight, and we've seen that from you more than one time. We've seen it probably 3 or 4 this season, and that's really impressive, and it has to give you a lot of confidence going into the final race of the regular season. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
You have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth, Andrew?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Lowline Racing for this amazing throwback Darlington paint scheme that I had on the car. Michael Mueller for being an amazing teammate, not really fighting me for position or anything like that, but challenging me throughout the race. I would also like to thank you for being up in the broadcast booth and putting up with our limited caution runs and all green flag runs pretty much, but it's amazing what your broadcast does. Justin, Don, Andy, all the admins at Swift for putting on an amazing league.
Well, I can tell you, to go at Darlington, and have as many cars as you guys had start for 114 laps to only see 2 caution flags is pretty amazing. But it speaks volumes for the competition level in the Hyperdrive Cup Series, as well as how clean the series is.
Oh yeah, I mean, we take pride in having clean races and having that communication between all drivers and understanding when, if we mess up, that we apologize for it and apologize for ruining other people's races and stuff like that. And so there's a tight network between all of us.
And that's what it takes to put on performances like this. But, man, I'm telling you, I was when you rewatch it, you'll see that I was on that battle up front, and it was a good one between you and the 25 and your teammate in the 51.
Oh yeah, I took everything I had to keep him behind me.
That was a good race, and that I'll tell you, the 25, Willie Nelson, he looked like he had a pretty fast hot rod here too.
Oh yeah, Willie's always fast. He came from another league that we used to race at, and he's always been one of the top guys that were fast.
Man, it was a lot of fun for me when you guys went up there, and I know that the 51, you know, he'll cut your brakes and he won't push you real hard and stuff like that. But there was a couple times he stuck his nose there and got beside you too, and he made it interesting. Yeah. But just watching that, and then one time it's like I was telling Roy Fernandez that you guys, you're coming up to a green flag pit stop, and the top 5 cars I could almost throw a blanket over after that long run. So when you see that, it shows absolutely how tough the competition is. I mean, without a doubt, absolutely it shows it. Just great, great race, man. A little better fuel strategy, you know, or like you said, if the caution would have fell a little later even, or if it wouldn't have fell at all, that the outcome might have been, you know, went to the car that dominated the race.
And that's pretty much how it usually goes too.
And so, congrats on the top 3. You have anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, like I said before, low line.
Yeah, I already did that, didn't I?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Did.
I got talking about other stuff and forgot about it.
You're all good, Vern. Thank you.
Man, good luck at Kentucky. Look forward to seeing what you guys can do in the chase, though. It's exciting. I can't wait till we get there, and I know you got momentum, and I'm pulling for you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
You too.
Andrew Mraz, 3rd place, top 3, but a dominant race car. I can't stress that enough. Dominant race car, but it didn't work out at the end. And congratulations as we take a look at the finishing results. But congratulations to the number 32 of Darren Clement on your win here at Darlington in the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift Motorsports. So let's take a look at the finishing results. Darren Clement, again, your race winner. Second, we talked to him. That was the 3 of Roy Fernandez. And then we just interviewed our 3rd place finisher, the 28 of Andrew Mraz. So let's move back to 4th place right there. He had a fast race car. We've seen him racing a lot tonight here at Darlington. That's the 25 of Willie Nelson. Be looking forward to seeing some more of that 25 car as we come into some of the later races. Then in 5th, Justin Gann, another one. In the 30 car right there, Justin Gann, a fast race car tonight. And behind him, Michael Mueller, top 1 or 2 cars, 2nd place most of the race, really. And like the 28, the 51, a lot of speed. And can't say enough about the driver of the 51, 6 wins this season. And clearly the points leader as we go into the last race of the regular season next week, and then we start the 5-race chase. So season's far from over. We're going to be racing well into the middle of April. So Michael Mueller, congrats, man, bringing it home 6th. But 7th place right there, Doug Neal in the 77. Good finish for Doug. Then back in 8th, we got the 17 of Tommy Haynes. In 9th is the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be the number 18 of KC Duncan. Finishing 11th here at Darlington is going to be the 96 of Cody Lipstrewer. Back in 12th will be the 99 of Jarrett Lipstrewer. In 13th will be the 13 of Cody Mcfadden. And in 14th, you'll see the 82 of Mike Franklin. Back in 15th, the 97 of Nathan Moore. 16th was the 56 of John Wimbish. And 17th was the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. And in 18th, we had the 21 of Brandon Freeze. Finishing 19th at Darlington, the 91 of Blair Patterson. And 20th, the 23 of Keith Vaughn. 21st was the 33 of Terry Conn, and 22nd was the 64 of Jason Wells. 23rd, we seen him get caught up in the first caution, pretty much ended his race. That was the 10 of Gary May. And in 24th, another driver that was victim of the first caution, Gary Wells, in a 24 car. 25th was Andre Ruiz, and the last one that started And I don't think he actually made the start. Was the 88 of Steve Lulby scored with 28. So that is your results at Darlington. And we're going to look at a little bit of a race recap here. So that recap was 2 caution flags over 114 laps for the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series, and that was at Darlington. So 114 laps at Darlington with the Cup cars, only slowed by 2 caution flags. I had Nation 01 in the broadcast booth with me for most of the race. I want to thank you, Nation, for that. I want to thank everybody who tuned in to view the broadcast. You are the reason that I do it. And I love bringing the Thursday night Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift over to everybody. There's a link in the stream to their website if anybody wants to join a really fast, competitive, clean Thursday night Cup Series. Swift Motorsports is definitely the place to do it. So, with that, I'm Vern Bradley, your main commentator. And again, I want to thank the entire Swift Motorsports, all the admins over here, the owner, Justin Gann, for having me over here on these Thursday night races. I have a lot of fun doing it. Next week will be the regular season finale at Kentucky, and then we're going to start our 5-race chase after that to crown a champion in the Hyperdrive Cup Series. Stay tuned in week and week out on Thursday nights. You'll catch me live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays. And thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next Thursday night at Swift Motorsports. Thank you very much.